Good morning, friends. Myself Bhavik Panchal. Today we are going to discuss on the topic of supply and demand. What is the meaning of supply? What is the meaning of demand and all that. This is the definition of demand. Demand. What is the meaning of demand? Right? It is the desire. Desire means wants, willingness and ability to buy goods or services. Means it is a desire, willingness, means a person have a willingness to buy or purchase the thing, but most important thing that a person has to be with the purchasing power, means money with him or her. What is the meaning of supply? Supply refers to the various quantities, means volume of goods and services that producers are willing to sell, means they have to willing to sell the particular goods or services at the all possible market price, means whatever market price would be there, right? Supplier means a person who is going to supply in the market, he has willing to sell, right? That is called supply. Next, the law of demand. What is the law of demand? The law of demand holds that the other things equal. This is the assumption of the law of demand. All remain things will equal, means market will be same in the position and all remain things will equal. As the price of goods and services rise, means the price of goods and services will rise, its quantity demand falls, means if demand is less the supply will be more, and if demand will be more the supply is the less. That is the law of demand. The reverse is also true, means reverse procedures can be possible. As the price of goods and services falls, right, its quantity demanded increases, means vice versa. If quantity demanded increases, the demand will low or decrease, and if demand will increase, the quantity of supply will decrease. The reverse, or we can say opposite position, would be there. If you can see, this is the demand curve, this is the table, right? Various price will be given and the quantity demanded. Here you can see in the graph, right, at the rupees 5 quantity demanded is 10 unit, at the price of 4 quantity demand is 20, 3, 30, 240, 150, right? So these are the point, and this is the demand curve. It is the downward sloping, right? So we can say that 3 on the 3 rupees and 30 unit price, it is the equilibrium price, right? The demand curve has a negative slope, means it shows the negative slope consistent with the law of demand, means it shows the negative, means it's a reverse position. If demand increases, supply decreases. If demand decreases, supply increases, means it shows reverse position. That's why the slope is negative. See, the demand curve has a negative slope consistent with the law of demand, right? Now, law of supply. The law of supply holds that other thing remains constant, means it is an assumption that all the things will remain constant. As the price of goods rise, means the price of particular goods and services rise, the quantity supplied will also rise and vice versa, right? So it shows the parallel effects, means if a price rise, then quantity rise, right? If say for example one unit for ice cream will be there, so if price of ice cream will rise, means 5 to 10 rupees rise, then the quantity demanded quantity supplied will also rise, means here it is related with to supplier, right? So if I am getting a more profit, right, so I will increase the supply in the market, right? So that is the law of supply. Why do producers produce more output when price rise, right? It is the question, right? Why producers are producing more things, right? Because easily they will get more profit, right? When the price rise, they will get ultimately more profit, right? And the profit is the lifeblood of business, so that's why they are putting more supply in the market, right? So that is the common thing. They seek higher profit, as I said earlier. They can cover higher marginal cost, right, of a production. They get higher marginal cost, right? So simply these are the reasons why they are increasing supply in the market, right? See, this is the supply curve, right? In this table, at the price of 5 rupees, the quantity supplied is 50, 4 rupees, quantity supply is 40, 3 rupees 30, 2 rupees 20, 1 rupees 10, right? If you can see in the graph, right, 1 rupees 10, 2 rupees 20, 3 rupees 30, right? So this is the line, it is called supply curve, and again it is parallelly increase. When price will increase, the supply will increase, right? So you can see in the graph, right, at the point again 3 for 30, it is the equilibrium point, right? So at the price of 3 rupees, the quantity supplied will be 30, right? So this is the supply curve, right? The supply curve has a positive slope, right? As we discussed earlier in the demand curve, demand curve has a negative slope, right? But the supply curve has a positive slope and it increases parallelly with the price, right? Consistent with the law of supply. So this is the supply curve. Now come to the equilibrium point. What are the equilibrium point? In economies, an equilibrium is a situation. It is a one kind of situation where there is no inherent tendency to change, right? There is no change in it, right? Quantity demanded equals to quantity supplied. Means whatever quantity demanded by the customers or the producer will supply the same kind of quantity. For example, if I need 10 ice creams, right? So producer only supply 10 ice creams, right? So it is called equilibrium. Whatever I need, the producer will supply that, right? So that is the equilibrium point. The market just clears. Market have a normal pace, right? See, this is the equilibrium point, right? Price, quantity demanded and quantity supplied, right? 5 rupees price, quantity demanded is 10, supplied 50, right? 4 rupees price, quantity demanded is 20 and supplied 40. At the 3 rupees, quantity demanded is 30 and quantity supply is also 30. So we can say that this price 3 rupees, 30 rupees, 30 unit quantity demanded and 30 units quantity supplied, right? So it is the equilibrium point, means exactly same quantity demanded and same quantity supplied, right? As we discussed earlier, so it is called equilibrium point, right? Equilibrium occurs at the price of 3 and a quantity of 30, as we say earlier, right? Now shortage and surplus. What are the meaning of shortage and surplus? Shortage occurs when quantity demanded exceeds quantity supplied. Means if quantity demanded is more and supply is less, so we can say that there is a shortage. For example, if I need 50 ice creams, but in the market there are 10 ice creams available in the market, so what will be there? It is called shortage of the ice cream, right? A shortage implies the market price is too low, right? When the shortage, market price will be too low. Now comes on the surplus point. Surplus occurs when the quantity supplied exceeds quantity demanded. Means supply is more in the market and the demand will be less. For example, again, if I need 10 ice cream and the supply of ice cream in the market will be 50 units, right? So we can say that that is a surplus of the ice cream in the market, right? Because supply exceeds than the demand. A surplus implies the market price is too high, right? When market price is too high, so there will be surplus position, right? Because no one will be buy that particular product with a too high price, right? That is a reason of surplus. Shift in the demand curve. A change in any variable other than the price, right, that influence quantity demanded produce a shift in the demand curve or a change in the demand curve. Means whatever variables would be there, if there change in the any of the variable, that can be the cause of the shift in the demand curve. These are the various factors which can be affect the demand curve. Factors that shift the demand curve include change in customers' income. If I have more income, I will spend more. That is the demand curve. It is one of the cause, right? For example, if I want to purchase 10 ice cream in a 1 month, if my income increase, I will spend more income on purchasing on the various products, right? Population change, consumer preference. If a preference of the particular consumer will change, it will cause the shift in the demand curve. Consumer preference, price related goods, means whatever goods would be substituted, right, whatever price, it will affect the demand, right. So if for example I regularly travel by rail, but if the price of the buses, or we can say wages or rate of the buses will decrease, I will shift to the bus, right. So that is the price of substitute product. Substitute goods consumed in place of one another. Complements, goods consumed jointly, both are jointly consume the goods. See, you can see shift in the demand curve. At the ₹5, right, initial means earlier quantity demanded 10, now new quantity demanded is 30, right, total supply is 50, right. This is the new shift, right. This one is previous equilibrium point and this is the new equilibrium point, right. At the ₹4, the quantity demanded 20, new quantity demand is 40, quantity supply is 40, means it is a equilibrium point due to shift in the demand curve. This demand curve has shifted to right. Quantity demanded is now higher at a given price because of various reasons, as we discussed earlier, right. These are the various reasons why the quantity demand, or we can say demand curve, will shift, right. Now equilibrium after the demand shift, right. This is the new equilibrium point, right, after the demand shift. Earlier it was a 3 for 30, now it is a 40 for 4 rupees for 40, right. It is a new equilibrium point. The shift in the demand curve moves the market equilibrium from point A, this one is A, to B, right, resulting in a higher price and higher quantity, right. So these are the equilibrium after the demand shift. Now comes on the supply part. Shift in the supply curve. A change in any variable other than the price that influence quantity supplied producer in a shift the demand curve or change in the supply curve. Whatever the changes in the supply curve because of various factors. These are the factors that shift the supply curve, right, including change in input cost, means whatever input, for example man, machine and material, so these are the input, right. If any kind of change would be there will be effect in the supply curves. For example, if I am making a mobile, right, so the raw material of the mobile, for example LCD, microchips, will getting more costlier, so I will have to pay more for that, right. So my cost of mobile will be increasing, right, and it affects me, right. So this is the change in input. Increase in technology. If technology increase, right, so it will impact in my product, or we can say the cost of my product. Change in the size in the industries, right. These are the factors. See, you can see in the graph, right, at the price, quantity demanded initial means earlier quantity supplied, new quantity supplied, right. At ₹5 the quantity demanded in earlier 10, new quantity 50 and 30. So this is the equilibrium point when the quantity demanded is 20, initial 40 and new is 20, right. So it shift in the demand curve to the left, right. These are the shift in the demand curve. This is the earlier quality and this is a new demand supply curve. For an given rental price, quantity supply is now lower than before, means it is a lower than before because of various products that we discussed earlier in the slides. Now this is the equilibrium supply shift after supply shift, right. Earlier it was a 3 for 30, now it is a getting lower, means see 4 at ₹4 price the unit will be 20. The shift in the supply curve moves the market equilibrium for point A to B, right, settling in a higher price and lower quantity, right, as we discussed ahead. Now another concept is price selling and floors. What are the meaning of price selling and floor? Price selling is a legal maximum that can be charged for a good, means we can say, if you know the concept of MRP, what is the meaning of MRP? That is maximum retail price, right. So it is the maximum price you can charge from the customer, right. If I am producing one watch, right, so the MRP of the watch, that is the maximum price, right. For example, if you know the Parle-G biscuits, so if you know that the price of Parle-G biscuits is 4.5 rupees, right? So that is a MRP of particular things. So that is a price selling decided by the government. So no one can charge more than the MRP, right? Resulting in shortage of product. Common example include apartment rentals and credit cards interest rates, right? These are the decided by the RBI. Now what is the meaning of price floor? Price floor is a legal minimum that can be charged for the good. It is a minimum amount of the price you can charge from the particular person, or we can say customer. Result in surplus of a product. Common example include soya bean, milk and minimum wages. These are the examples of that. Now this is the chart of price selling, right? Again this is the equilibrium point 3 for 30, right? Now it is a price selling minimum rupees 2, right? At any point of this is called shortage, right? It is minimum rupees 2 means demand will increases, so that will be shortage. Or price selling is a set of 2 resulting sort of 20 units, right? Okay, thank you.